6 friends Liam, Mia, Noah, Ava, Ethan, and Sophia decided to go on an adventurous trip to the Amazon jungle. Excited and eager, they packed their bags and set off, ready for the journey of a lifetime. The jungle welcomed them with thick greenery, strange animal calls, and a sense of wild mystery. But as they ventured deeper, a creeping feeling of danger settled over them. The trees seemed to close in, and eerie shadows danced along their path. They joked to lighten the mood, but fear lurked in the back of their minds. As night fell, the jungle turned sinister. The air was filled with unfamiliar sounds, distant growls, rustling leaves, and faint whispers that sent shivers down their spines. They decided to set up camp near a clearing, but the feeling of being watched persisted. Suddenly, a strange fog appeared, engulfing them. Terrified, they heard a low, guttural laugh echoing from the darkness. They grabbed their flashlights, trying to make sense of what was happening, but the fog only grew thicker. Mia, curious and slightly brave, ventured a few steps ahead, only to see something horrifying: a pair of glowing red eyes staring back at her. She screamed, running back to the group. They all heard it too, a deep voice whispering, "Turn back while you still can." Panic set in, and the friends quickly packed their belongings, trying to leave the spot. However, they found that the path they had taken earlier was no longer visible. Lost and desperate, they stumbled upon an old, abandoned village in the middle of the jungle. Strange symbols were painted on the crumbling walls, and old wooden huts seemed to hold dark secrets. Inside one hut, they found a torn journal. The journal described a creature called the Jungle Spirit, known to capture lost souls. Reading this sent chills down their spines, making them realize they were not alone. Suddenly, a piercing scream echoed from the woods, and Ethan disappeared into the darkness. The remaining friends tried to follow his voice, but the jungle was a maze. Twisted vines and thick roots seemed to grab at their feet, slowing them down. They could hear Ethan calling for help, but his voice kept moving farther away, almost as if something was pulling him deeper into the jungle. The friends were exhausted and frightened, feeling helpless as the night grew darker. Mia, who was always the believer in faith, dropped to her knees and started to pray. Tears rolled down her cheeks as she begged for a miracle to save Ethan and themselves from this nightmare. Just then, a blinding light appeared in the sky, cutting through the darkness. It was Jesus, descending with radiant angelic wings and a calm, reassuring presence. He reached out his hand, guiding Ethan safely back to the group. The dark fog lifted, and the sinister sounds faded away. The friends watched in awe as Jesus spoke to them gently, telling them that their courage had been tested, but their faith had saved them. He assured them that they were now safe and led them back to the path that would take them out of the jungle. With Jesus leading the way, the 6 friends made it safely out of the jungle. As they reached the edge, they turned to thank him, but he had already disappeared. The friends were filled with gratitude and a sense of relief, knowing that they had witnessed a miracle. They returned home, forever changed, with a story that blended horror, adventure, and the miraculous power of faith.